Yo! King of the Pit TV, there's ROCKSTEADY. Revocation, Chaos of Forms. Don't know where this comes in the Revocation catalogue. I get this band confused with the band Vector. I don't know too much about either. I understand it's going to be thrash adjacent music, but I think one, if not both of them, uses the term tech thrash, right? Which generally I'm a little bit hit or miss. Anything with tech prior tends to be, you know, it's like, is it not technical enough? Let's find out what we have in store. I've never listened to this band properly before. I say properly like I've ever listened to them. Maybe vaguely a moment has popped up here or there, but I've not paid attention. This entire listen through goes out to Extreme Aggression, who recommended this over on the Patreon. What more needs to be said, people? We're going to start off. We've got 12 tracks ahead of us. Cretin. Relapse Records put this out. What more needs saying? Let's go. Some movement on that cymbal, eh? The production is like Havoc's production, with the power of that kick there. It wouldn't surprise me if they're the same engineer. Great introduction to the act. Thrash metal, yes. Death metal tinge, yes. Not afraid to go into the major key. Not afraid to break the rules of what is metal. Not afraid to have a little bit of fun by some of the rhythms and some of the energy that emanates from some of those sections there. Tasteful. That main riff, that main verse riff, a little bit Megadethy in the vein of Tornado of Souls, you know, that style of You know, you tell me what the theoretics is behind that, what I'm trying to imply, but you know where I'm coming from. Fantastic. We've got Cradle Robber coming up next. Let's see what comes up. Yes, now blessed now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Definitely pitting tonight with this one, people. Revocation. I got my cup of coffee. A little bit sleepy. But I'm going to finish this record today, alright? Even the idea of sleep is, you know, manifesting a yawn there. We've got Cradle Robber coming up. Great introduction to the record with the track Cretin. I don't know much about this band at all. I've seen Revocation reference from time to time. I know a couple of people who are into this band, but I've never gone into them. Relapse Records, Cradle Robber, track number 2, Chaos of Forms is the record. Let's jump in, yeah? On the testimonials here, spin.com says simultaneously brawny and brainy. Very cool. And Decibel says absolutely godlike death thrash. Godlike is crazy. Rad Misk says only band that has successfully blended thrash with tech death. Amazing. Yo, let me tell you one thing. There's no such thing. I'll make a bold statement and say there's no such thing as mixing thrash with tech death. There's no such thing. What genre would you call that? Exactly, there's no such thing. I can sort of understand tech thrash, even though I hope it wasn't a thing. I can understand tech death, even though I wish that wasn't a thing. It's more of a production thing. More of a sci-fi hyper edge on the production. Death metal generally is supposed to be played well, and if it's played well, there should be elements of technicality. Thrash, if you want to be a good thrash band, should have elements of technicality, right? I understand that a little bit more noodling on the fretboard and whatnot, a little more introduction to time signatures is like fine, but generally speaking, it shits up the music, in my humble opinion. Havoc says that. Havoc has got no death metal whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? The vocal line, when it goes a bit a little more death metal, this reminds me of Malev, to be fair with you, this vocal performance. Like a heavy hardcore vocal. Sounds like Obituary as well, you know, the vocal. Come on. Thing is, with a lot of these riffs, as a guitarist, these riffs sound super fun to play. Don't get me wrong, it'll take a moment to have you get them under your fingertips tight, but they sound super fun to play. Sounds like Black Dahlia Murder. Come on now. Great rhythm guitar there. I noticed this with track number 1, so we're starting to see a pattern emerge. You might think, why do the guitar solos sound so good? And you got to give as much rating to the rhythm guitar as you do the lead, because during the general performance, we're playing this high intensity, thrash metal adjacent riffage, like this overt metal guitar. And then when it comes to the guitar solos, which we had in Cretin as well as this one, Cradle Robber, the guitar work in the rhythm section turns a little bit more glam, turns a little more traditional heavy metal, turns a little more melodic and, you know, I know it's a dirty word, but a little more pop-esque with the chord intervals and the way they sort of noodle up and down the chord progression, as opposed to just like the single line riffing and whatnot. So there's a whole harmonious soundscape. It's a lot more pleasing to the ears. This guy, Gravy No Last Name, says, I effing love this band. Brackets, censor me YouTube, it's okay. You're pussies, and you think the entirety of civilization are pussies too. You're wrong as usual, but do what you do, YouTube. Do you think he knows that his Biohazard logo can also be looked at as, you know, a symbol for being HIV positive? Sucks for the band Biohazard, you know, and fans of the band Biohazard, but in certain communities, that's what it means. In the bug-chasing community. Great bunch of lads. Good tune, a little more full, a little more developed than the first one, Cretin. God, this is an old school means of production, isn't it? With the merchandise, exclusive packages available now on relapse.com. The packages are also used to drive up album sales, not for a purely monetarily purpose, but to drive up the, you know, the perceived value of the record by driving up the charts. And I don't know what, you know, a metal music chart is. Like, I don't know whether, you know, I don't know who gives a crap about that, but labels do, don't they? Because they use it as a marketing ploy, saying the #1 best-selling tech thrash death hardcore record of all time. But that was a good tune. Yeah, cool. Best moment of that was the rhythm section during the solo. Fuck the guitar solo. It's about the rhythm section, man. We got Harlot coming up next. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Track 3 of 12 on Chaos of Forms by the band Revocation is entitled Harlot. Let's go. What was that gang chant? On your knees, we love disease. That can't have been the lyric. That's a corny lyric if that's the case. I didn't like the gang chants accenting that. I mean, I can see how the general market would, but for me, you know, nah, it's a bit corny, really. I thought they pulled out the riffs for that one though. A little bit more slower pace, a little bit more chug centric. You know, I mean, there was some blazing blasts in it. A little bit more of a death metal tinge to that one when they wanted it to be. It was all right. It was all right. I think out of the first 3 tracks, that was the weakest of the 3, personally. But they came with a different idea, you know, which I'm pleased with. You know, they're not just sticking by the same old, same old. It did have a different tone, a different tempo, different energy to the other ones, which is good. We've got Dissolution Ritual coming up next, which I can... Yeah, Dissolution Ritual. I was going to say something and I would have been completely wrong in saying it. I'll see you there, people. Track number 4 coming up. Yes, now bless now. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Chaos of Forms is the record. Revocation is the act. And track number 4 of 12 is where this song is. Dissolution Ritual. All right. Devoted to Extreme Aggression, who recommended this record via the Patreon. So if you are a like-minded metalhead, please do not thank me. Thank the man in question. Let's jump in, shall we? Longest one so far, I think. Someone says, Dave, if you read this, this is the Revo we want. So unique, riffs and drums are brilliant, which implies that the Revocation of today is not, or the Revocation of 2 years is not alike what we're hearing now. I like that clean bit. Very unique. Quite prog rock. Sounds like Opeth. Any metal adjacent progressive element in a song reminds me of Opeth. Alright, Opeth are the only band ever that is metal, okay? It was only a matter of time before we got into the clean sections. It was any thrash band that puts out a decent project has to have some clean sections. I don't think half of these bands care about clean music, but they have to showcase this clean moment for some strange reason. Don't get me wrong, I'm not even hating because I think Revocation sound great, and the clean sections were actually very impressive. I liked them. They had a unique taste on them, a little bit more of a prog element as opposed to just like your 4/4, here we are, we have to do this because it seems every band does. But have you noticed it's always from one extreme to another? It's always from A to B. There's never no middle ground, you know. There's never no overdriven separation. There's never no intensified clean section. It's always like we're either distorted or we have this bridge section which happens to be clean. And this was a good track, very chorus laden. You can see why a label would find interest in them. You could see why a label would, you know, go out of their way to promote a product and an act like this. You know, a band that not only comes with an intensity and a legitimate, you know, metal sound, but doesn't mind having a flash production, doesn't mind selling out per se in the eyes of the elitists or those who deem like understanding song structure or anything pop adjacent to be, you know, the devil and toxic to metal music. Like this band writes well and comes across as a very marketable, you know, act, even though it's what one would consider extreme metal. We've got Conjuring the Cataclysm coming up next, yeah? Track number 5, I'll see you there. Yes, now, bless now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. Chaos of Forms is the album we are listening to by the band Revocation. Track 5 of 12 is entitled Conjuring the Cataclysm. Shall we jump in? I think we should. Ooh. Some Viking metal-esque backing vocals there. Little bit of black metal in there with the blasts and the minor tonality. Little bit of bluesy elements going on from time to time, and a whole lot of chug, a whole lot of low tempo. A different emphasis on the songwriting of this tune than what we've had scattered across the record, but we've got plenty of varied influences. Quite general, you know, the black metal is a general black metal sound. I want to get back to the tech thrash. I thought I'd never say that, but I want to get back to the tech thrash. I want to get back to the fast, great, open, single line picking and the whatnot. I do like the heaviness. There was a great when the heavy riff initially came in. It was a great riff. It was a great riff. I enjoyed that, but we didn't return back to that riff. We got a official video coming up next for the track No Funeral, track number 6. I will see you there. Yes, now bless now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, Revocation, No Funeral. Hold on, my screen has just made me move. I'm super small. Chaos of Forms, Revocation, 6 of 12. This entire list through goes out to my friend Extreme Aggression, who recommended this on the Patreon. Let's jump in, shall we? Comes with a video, does this one. Thrash, punk, D-beat, coming under. Come on now. It was the only way to go. Ramming Speed shirt. Man, I've not heard of Ramming Speed since the days of old, man. I downloaded the Ramming Speed album onto my iPod Classic. Great bit of kit. We should bring them back. Ramming Speed were good from what I remember. From what I remember, they were an underrated act. This guy's got an Atheist shirt on. Testament. Very ugly Testament shirt. Too colourful, like an Impericon. Anybody bought merchandise from Impericon before? I definitely bought a few bits and bobs back in the day, but it was all those just like overt colourful shirts. I never got along with them too well, you know? Nick says probably the best modern metal band out there today. Let's have a look at these responses. Dig deeper, they're amazing, but there's so many great modern bands out there, it's unreal. Someone says Skeleton Witch. Okay. Revocation. Allegaeon, I've never heard of them. Silosis are my top 3. Check out Battlecross. They sound sick. Battlecross. Vector. Modern thrash is garbage. Like, let's do the same thing that's been done for 30 years. I can appreciate a band like Vector though. I kind of agree. When I was younger, I thought I'd never like get bored of thrash, but now it's like it's so hard to find a band that's actually, you know, thrash and has some degree of character that isn't just like the same old crap, you know? Am I right in saying the front guy looks a bit like the guy from Meshuggah? The drum windmill is a good technique. Let's shred. D beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Awesome. That was great. Yeah, that was really good. I'm glad that we're back to the thrash. You know, this band works in the thrash better than they do in the middle grounds when they try to be like a little experimental. It's like when we listened to that band, what was that act? That other modern thrash band we listened to. They had a record called Troops of something. You'll tell me because you're better than me. But they're like a blackened thrash band, but the thrash element sounded so much better than the blackened bits. It's just like, just do the thrash, it sounds better. Fractal Entity coming up next, track number 7, yeah? Yes, now, bless now. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV signing in. Fractal Entity is the title of this one. It's track 7 of 12 on Chaos of Forms by Revocation. We're coming off of a flyer. No Funeral was a great number. And what more needs to be said? Let's jump in. A short one at 1 minute 43. It's an instrumental. I like how they finished it on a cadence to imply that it wasn't. Let's just listen to the start of this. Yeah, I mean, the cadence on the end of Fractal Entity allows me to treat it as an independent track, because normally you would think, why don't you just like not have it on a separate track and have it like as the introduction of Chaos of Forms? It was fascinating to have a interlude, you know, you might as well call it an instrumental interlude that still abides by the general sound of the actual album. Isn't something bands tend to do. You know, you probably get a twinkling guitar section, a clean guitar section, as opposed to the distorted bit. I'm happy with it. You know, giving me a few riffs in the space of 1 minute 40 is okay with me. It's when they give you an instrumental, which is like 3 minutes, and it's a song. Well, it should be. It should have vocals. It's just like, what's the point? You're trying to BS me by saying it's an instrumental. Realistically, it's just a track you've not put vocals on. You know what I mean? You're making me pay more for less. But that was an okay instrumental, you know, quite a lively, spastic guitar line there with the panic chords and the little shindig, little wanky guitar solo at the end, which sounded tech, you know what I mean? Anything that sounds robotic is tech to me. We've got Chaos of Forms, the actual title track, coming up next. I will see you there, people. Yes, King of the Pit TV. There's ROCKSTEADY. Revocation, Chaos of Form, COF. Cradle of Filth is the title of this record. Devoted to the gorgeous entity, the mysterious enigma that is Extreme Aggression 22 over at the Patreon. This is track 8, the title track, Chaos of Forms. Let's flip and go. So frantic is like a metal equivalent to power violence. This is the most tech-heavy tune we've had on this so far. Great broken chords there. Great soundscape, I like that. Jeez, that was good, wasn't it? It was probably the best showcase of what this band is so far, what this band is capable of. To me, I don't like anything that spans out of 4/4 or anything a little more palatable to, you know, a normie such as myself. I don't want to hear like stop and start all over the place time signatures. You know, tech thrash isn't the place to go if you like, you know, straightforward riffage, which is what I like. I just want to tap my foot on the floor. I don't want to have to count the tapping of the feet in a musical theoretical sense. It's, you know, it detracts from the relationship I have with the music. Albeit arguably it could make it deeper given you're into that, but no, it's just not for me. Great track regardless, great showcase of the technicality and, you know, the perimeters as to which they can delve to when it comes to the writing. Now we've got The Watchers coming up next. So many bands have got songs called The Watcher or The Watchers, and I don't know where it stems from. Let's find out. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Revocation is the act of the night. Chaos of Forms is the album of the night. Track number 9 is the song of the moment, entitled The Watchers. Bruh, what the hell are The Watchers or The Watcher? Am I missing something here? Because there's a lot of acts that have songs like this. So, Dr. Dre on The Chronic. The Watcher, everywhere that I go. The Watcher. There's a band around here called Broken Teeth that had a number called The Watcher. There was a band around here called Deal With It who had a tune called The Watcher or The Watchers. And yeah, this goes out to anyone who's listening to this band, Revocation. If you do like thrash metal and you like crossover, I mean, not to the same quality as far as like the production value is concerned or the technicality, I do recommend the band Deal With It. They're a UK based band. They probably put out, I think they put out 2 full lengths, maybe 3, but I think there was 2 LPs and 2 LPs and a couple of bits and bobs that came out prior. Incredibly entertaining, charismatic frontman, and apologies. And yeah, absolutely fantastic band. You know, some highs, some lows, but when they had the riffs, and when they had some great heavy metal moments, absolutely fantastic crossover, thrash metal. So this was The Watchers, track number 9. Let's jump in, shall we? A very death metal number, this one. Now we've gone from thrash metal band to death metal in the last couple of numbers. Dave Davidson. David Davidson. Not once during this listen through have I questioned the actual guitar tuning. What do you think we've got here? D standard, C standard sounds more right, doesn't it? C standard tuner. Could it even be E standard? Could it be? Is it too heavy for E? Nice little noodle there on the bass. Whoa! Wow! That bit was sick. That lead up to the guitar solo was epic, man. That was really good. This band keeps surprising me. Quality, really good. Great technicality, no slowing down. Sometimes we get to the latter songs and it's like, you know, we'll slow it down a bit. We'll cut out the intensity. We'll experiment a little bit more, but brilliant. That build-up there at the end was fantastic. Sold the whole song. We got Beloved Horrifier coming up next. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, track 10 of 12 on Chaos of Forms by Revocation is entitled Beloved Horrifier. This entire listen through is devoted to my friend Extreme Aggression, who recommended this over on the Patreon. One love, my brother. Let's jump in. Beloved Horrifier. Someone says, I wish Priest was this good. Controversial. Here we go. Jeez Louise. Oh wow. How's that for a shredder? Superb. Really good. That little shred there at the end was a powerhouse, huh? I'm thinking, how do you even move so fast? That's crazy. How do those fingers move so fast on the fretboard with them sweeps there? Absolutely insane. Yeah, not bad. Death metal number. Can't go wrong, huh? We can't really go wrong at this point. We got 2 songs to go. They could be the shittest songs on planet Earth. At this point, I don't care, because what's come prior has been quality metal music. Let's keep on going. Dethroned. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV. Dethroned is the title of this one. Chaos of Forms is the album. Revocation is the act. Track 11 of 12. Let's flip and go. A lot of material on this record. Sounds a little like Alexis on Fire, that vocal and the instrumental. Wade, he's called. Oh, drummer showing out this time. That tune, I could see where they were going. I could see what they were doing. I could see what they intended. It was a change from the norm, a little bit more songwriter-esque, a little bit more of a ballad, a little bit more of a power vocal, a little bit more, you know, of an emphasis on the, you know, the less than instrumental qualities, you know, have a little more of an essence as opposed to an egocentric, you know, show-offy track. It was okay. Just give me the riffs, you know. Don't give me the chord progressions as much as the riffs. Give me the riffs. Let's finish this record off with Reprogrammed, yeah? There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV, finishing off Chaos of Forms by Revocation. The final track is entitled Reprogrammed. This listen through goes out to my friend Extreme Aggression. EA Sports. It's in the game. Let's go. Come on. A little bit of a Gojira-esque feel to that rhythm. That was reprogrammed. The finest blasts in the record on that one. Good tune, good grooves, or should I say great grooves, you know, that with the that was really good. But overall, you know, it's a double-edged sword. We've heard it all before, yet what we've heard before has been just as good. So it's good music, it's good metal music. That last tune, we've not really thrown any curveballs in there. You know, we've stuck to what we do well, and they've done it really well. I'm going to give you one last video, give you my final overview. I'll rate the record out of 10. See you there. Yes! King of the Pit TV, there's ROCKSTEADY. Revocation is the band. Celebrations, Elation, Revocation. Recommended on the Patreon. Revocation on the Patreon by Extreme Aggression 22. One Love, thank you. 12 tunes. Chaos of Form. Chaos of Forms is the title of the record. Technical death thrash, some may say. It's not a genre that exists, but hey, if you want to call it that, you can call it that. When I say it doesn't exist, I'm not saying that it isn't a correct way of, you know, categorizing music, but bruh, there's enough genres as it is. It's called death thrash, you know what I mean? Fuck! So, 12 tunes. Have we got any filler? No. No filler tunes. We had an instrumental entitled Fractal Entity, but it wasn't necessarily a filler. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good instrumental breather. Production-wise, splendid. It was like these dudes have gone to the same engineer we've heard on the Havoc records we've listened to on this channel. Well polished. Not over in the glitz and glamour, you know. Just well dialed in, powerful room for the instrumentation to show off and give you this onslaught of metal. This is a metal record, and when I say that, I mean it's a great example of metal. Okay, it's a little bit more marketable to the extreme metal crowd. You know, you're not getting cavernous, reverb-drenched sounds of the Ghoul, but what you are getting is a more death metal trivium. Is that a bold statement? The imagery, the cleanliness of the production, the technicality, like the actual quality of the instrumentation, the showcase of what they're capable of, and their, you know, sort of non-offensive nature creates a wet dream for what I would imagine a record label would have over a band such as this, you know? Why the heck not? These dudes can put together a good project. This album, through its 12 songs, has got heaps and heaps and heaps of effort and investment through the writing process, through the recording process, through the ideas. I wonder how long it took them to get this together and over how many, you know, how many hours of practice and coming together it took them to, you know, really dial this in. And then my next question would be, how long in the studio did it take to dial this down? Really good. At first, it's like, all right, it's like a thrash metal record. And then as we got through the record, the death metal started to creep in more and more until on one or two songs, we had more or less like just a death metal sound. Now, death metal purists and elitists would say, it's not death metal, innit? It's blah, 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 it's blah. And most of that will come down to the sound engineering. If you gave it a low budget, like grittier production, then them same metalheads are like, yeah, this is death metal, this is proper, you know? I thought this was an okay record. Is it a record for me? Not necessarily. You know, I like my more just straightforward driving. I don't really want to hear like the crazy, just like, whoa. It's a bit much for me. I want to be able to dance. I appreciate good craft, good musicianship, but I don't want that to be the embodiment of what the band is. I'll rate this record a 6. Okay? I'll rate it a 6. What more needs to be said? I'm signing out. Peace.